Welcome to Cybersecurity Essentials. My name is Mr. Shelton. I am the instructor for the course. I am ecstatic about having you present in my course. So welcome. What you see is the course landing page. If you scroll down, you will see my picture. That is how you know that you are in the right place. And you can take a look at this landing page, lots of information. If you cannot get to this landing page for the course, you can either stop the video or immediately after the video, you can contact me and I can help you. You should have a username and password. In other words, you should be able to get here with your registration information. But if for any reason you cannot, I can help, right? So my number I'm going to place in the middle of the screen. I'm going to show you my contact information several times during this video. So even if you aren't able to write it all down right now, you'll see it. You'll see my number several times. You can reach out to me. If you can't get here, it's important that you are able to get here because you should be able to do that by now. Let's take care of a few housekeeping items. Something very, very important. In the middle of the screen, if you are a student who receives accommodations, we need to make sure that we take care of you. So the way that we do it, we have a centralized, secure, private, depository. Parents can email or fax the accommodation sheet for the student, for the child, to either of these email addresses. They actually go to the same person, Mr. Jacobson. So you know how that works. Or you can call if you want to call first, right? We understand. Send that accommodation sheet to Mr. Jacobson. It will be secured. He will then only allow instructors to access the accommodations for the student on a need-to-know basis, right? This way you're not sending, your child's private data all over the place, just to one person, and he's going to control that access to that data, from his office, okay, from his depository. So, you can also give me a call. At any point in time, we can get this done, but we want to make sure that we're taking care, of any ESE students. So, all right, so we got that out of the way. One more housekeeping item. If for any reason you are going to be on an accelerated pace, this is a 2-semester course. You have to be in each semester at least 14 days. Now, that doesn't start counting those days, and it's hard. It's hard to even finish the semesters in 14 days. We're talking about something that's almost nearly impossible. But for those of you who are up against some type of deadline or credit recovery, if you're needing to try to do this course in 2 weeks, you have to be in the course a minimum of 14 days, and we don't start the count until you turn in your first assignment. Very, very important. So it doesn't count from the day you enter the course. It counts from the day you turn in the first assignment, 14 days from there. Very, very important. So we got that out of the way. Now, let's talk about this cybersecurity course, an extremely important course right now. Security is no longer just for IT. Security is for programmers and developers and engineers, all right, software engineers as well. Very, very important that you understand that. So our portal, how do you navigate this Cybersecurity Essentials course? Well, do know this fact. This is also the same portal that we use for K through 5, the exact same portal, right? The exact same framework. So a kindergartner is looking at the same menu up here. Notice how simple we keep it. you might want to say this because it's how I've memorized it. You will only need to use lessons, gradebook, and email. Lessons, gradebook, and email. Lessons, gradebook, and email. That's all you need to complete this course. Now you can see why a kindergartner, first grader will spend an hour in this portal, and then they got it, right? They know what they're doing. Maybe a little longer. But okay, so lessons, gradebook, and email. The first place that I want you to visit is the Gradebook, okay? Because I keep a newsletter. I program in, I kind of hack in some HTML into that Gradebook, and I hack in a newsletter. And here it is. When you see this newsletter, it's going to be similar to this. Yeah, I'm not going to change much. These two links, for new students, you will see a link to this same video in case you want to watch it again, and a more important two links. I may reduce this down to one, but you will see how to turn in your first assignment. I like to say how to get on the scoreboard, with your first assignment or quiz. You will see a link, and this will be a very short video, like 2 or 3 minutes, because it's pretty easy. Okay, so you can see the newsletter contains some great information. Passwords. Because of the nature of this course, you will be in this course you will be dealing with like virtual environments a lot. So this course is set up using a lot of quizzes. In other words, you don't have to do a lot of written assignments. We want you actually in the field, with cybersecurity. And so you are just going to show what you know after going through activities, right? Hands-on activities. You will show what you know. And we have the most important information in these quizzes. So this is a great way to learn, right? So you have quiz passwords here, right? Copy and paste, your quiz passwords, and you will need these. And down here are the links. Okay. The collaboration, S1, semester 1 collaboration is optional. I'm just going to be honest. Most students opt out of it because time zone differences and stuff. And this is optional. You can skip it. Okay. If you're interested in it, we have some information on the course landing page, or we can talk about it. But for now, you can skip it for now and get on with the content. And we could talk about the collaboration if you're interested, because I'd say 99% of the students, they have me exempt the collaboration. Okay. And there's a history there, but I don't want to use the video to talk about that, but I can exempt that grade. I have permission. So you will start at 1.00, which is a checklist type of quiz, right? Your first real quiz will be 1.01, just to let you know. But I'm going to cover how to access this in a very short video, how to turn in your first assignment. So we won't get into that right now, because I want to take you to where you will spend most of your time. It won't be here. This is an important page. You probably will spend 20% of your time here. You will spend like 80% of your time in the lessons. So new tab. Let's go to the lessons. This is where we call the meat and potatoes of the class. This is where all the content is located. This is where you will be. This is where you will live in this course. And you can see very user-friendly menu. I mean, you can't get more user-friendly. You will start at 01.00, and you will click on it to enter. And from here, you are going to read take notes, and complete the activities, right? And turn the page. You need to take notes. We actually have a note-taking guide set up for you. I think that's on the front page of the course. Maybe I should add that into the Gradebook newsletter. If you are not used to taking notes in an online course like this, please contact me. That's like my specialty. I can tell you about the different platforms. You can use Google. You can use Google Docs. You have a free Microsoft 365 account. Then there's additional note-taking platforms that are free. Okay. There's just a ton of ways to get started taking notes digitally. I mean, in this day and age, you need to be taking advantage of digital note-taking. And it's much easier than handwriting your notes, in my opinion. And you can access your notes from anywhere on the cloud. And you can use your notes on quizzes and exams. So contact me if you need help with that. But yeah, just turn the page, reading, taking notes, completing the activities. This is where you will spend most of your time here. The third place we talked about, we said lessons, gradebook, email. Right. Email is the third place. Now, this is a dedicated course email system. In other words, don't go out to your Gmail account to email me. Please don't. You're wasting valuable time. With this dedicated course email system, you don't even have to know my email address. You check off my name in 2 seconds. And you do subject, ask your question, send. That's why I love it. I send upwards to 50 emails per day. Imagine if I had to look up everyone's email address each time. With this system, I don't have to. I don't have to know your email address to email you. That's why I love it. That's why it is extremely effective, right? And if you're trying to reach an online instructor, there's a record of it, right? No principal is going to be able to see that an instructor is not, returning your emails if you're sending everything from your private email account. They won't even be able to trust it, right? But these are record, right? And I'm very good about returning email. That's the only reason why I mention that, is because I exceed the 24-hour policy. The only time that it will take the next day for me to get back to you is if you're emailing me in the evening. West Coast evening really starts at West Coast time around 3 or 4 p.m. If you're emailing me around or after that time, then yeah, it will be the morning before I respond. Otherwise, I'm returning email same day. Okay. Of course, there are some exceptions to that, right? If I have to be in some type of training or something like that. So this course email system, I can't click on it because it will take me to my inbox, which has students' names and stuff. And so I just have to talk about it, but it's right here. After this video, in fact, reach out to me to establish lines of communication. Say, hello, I know all my new students every morning. I see you on my roster, but reach out to me and introduce yourself through this course email system. I love it, right? You should always do that with an online course. So what if you want to reach me otherwise? Let's go back to the Gradebook. I have so many ways I can be reached. Sometimes I feel like, I'm going to put here under this welcome new students, I'm going to put in the rest of the ways to reach me. Now, this information is on the course landing page, but I want it here in the Gradebook as well. So the first thing that I'm going to do after this video is I'm going to update this newsletter with my contact information. In the meantime, you can come out over here, left-hand corner, you can come out to the home page, and you can see all of my contact information on the home page. I'm going to have it in both places. I'm going to do that immediately. This is still loading. Here, all my contact information. And I have everything. I do Zoom, Google Meet, Skype. I'm super proficient, have been for years. I can go back and forth between the two, without even thinking about it, So we have all of these tools, to communicate. So yeah, the Gradebook newsletter will have lots of information for you. Let's see. Reach out to me following this video and introduce yourself. This cybersecurity course doesn't directly lead to career, but probably is as close to going into a career as any other course that we have available, and I think we have over 100 courses available. But you all probably already know that IT security is way up in demand, and it has now bled into programming, software engineering, and programming and app development, application development, web development. It's bled over. And even programmers now, if you're going to compete, you need to know how to help out the IT by not only writing and developing products that are secure, but you can go extra steps to help out as a programmer. I mean, there's a ton of ways, actually. It's actually unlimited. But programmers and developers who understand that security is also their responsibility, in my opinion, are going to be, they're going to be top. They're going to be the top picks, moving forward. So, hey, introduce yourself. Let's get started. I'll make a separate video on that video link, or how to turn in your first assignment, will be there in the newsletter. I'm going to also put the rest of my contact information in the Gradebook newsletter as well following this video. So introduce yourself. Let's get started, and let's have some fun and be successful. Talk to you later.